What's up? What's up? What's blocking me? What's up?
That was so off.
All right, I'll try it again. What's up? What's up? What's up? Can you hear it now, Brandon? What's up, Brandon? Can you hear us now? Give me a thumbs up if you can hear me. Can you hear me? How is everyone doing right now? How are you doing? It's Wednesday.
Hump day almost over.
Wednesday. Absolutely. You guys, give me a thumbs up on IG if you can hear me. All right.
We good to go.
Happy Wednesday, you guys. Today has been nonstop for us.
We did some real estate today, y'all.
We did a lot of real estate
today. We did some real estate today. Now, we didn't do much the other days, but we did some real estate today. I will say that.
So, shameless comment. I usually don't do this. I think this is totally ghetto, but literally I haven't had my dinner yet and I'm sitting here eating my dinner right now. I tried to stuff it down before I got on, but it didn't work out like that. So if you see me biting a piece of chicken, don't mind me. I'm hungry, okay?
Just ignore her.
Just ignore me. If I may have some wrench falling down my mouth, I'm sorry. That's all I can tell you. All right.
Whew. What's that Miami coming up at
you? All right. So tonight's wind down edition is.
You look like you know the name.
I'm gonna try my best. Mondavi. All right. It's 2018 collection Merlot from California. It's supposed to be silky and smooth. My mom bought this for me a while ago. I never finished it.
Hope it was 2018.
Nah, I think it was 2020 though. I don't know. I think it was 2021. But go ahead, Tonya.
Turn up. What do we do today, Ash?
Recap. All right, so yeah, I know how it starts. Took all the kids to school. We did our morning duty.
And I gotta say this too for the record. Just because I don't take the kids don't mean I don't do nothing in the morning. Now I be on full fledged. No, I gotta say that.
Not full.
I gotta say that
people, not full.
Because you make it seem like drop the kids off and I'm doing the only one working. No, I be when she dropped the kids off, I actually be doing laundry. I be hanging. I be folding clothes. I be ironing clothes in the morning. I be straightening up. So I actually be doing some.
You actually do real estate most of the time.
Daddy and husband
duties.
Yes. So just because she dropped the kids off,
I'm gonna drink to that.
Don't mean that I don't be doing nothing at the house. So I had to say that.
That's kind of good.
Just to get it out there in the app and say, drop the kids off.
All right. So sis is married to the biz in total transparency. Tonio wakes up in the morning on a good morning. That was strong for you.
That was strong.
It has been sitting a little bit.
Finished that one. I want to sip. Okay, go. I'm sorry. Go.
Tonio wakes up and he irons the clothes. Make sure everybody has their clothes. He's the designated ironer. Now, sometimes he takes too long and I start it. But he's the designated ironer.
So,
all right.
I'm going to let you finish and I got something to say to that.
Okay.
You finished? Give me some more praise.
My bad. So he does help out a lot in the morning. So that's a good thing. I just like to take the ride, drop the kids off. I like to make sure we all say our prayers when we get in the car because I don't feel like Daddy does that consistently. So
low blow, shots fired.
Everybody
shots fired.
I'm just being honest. So everybody in the car gets a chance to lead the prayer. Sometimes they get a chance to end the prayer. This morning, Aaliyah, and I noticed I wasn't a good mom this morning. So Aaliyah had a conniption when I told her she had to end the prayer this morning. Oh, she about had a conniption. She was like, I can't do
I
it.
wrote this morning, didn't it?
No, that was yesterday.
Oh my god.
She about had a conniption when I told her she had to end the prayer, and that's just basically after we say Our Father, let's pray for something more specific about our day. So I told her, I know this isn't good, but I told her I would take. I think I told her I would take her money away from her if she didn't say her prayer. And I said sorry to God afterwards because it wasn't right. But she did a great job praying. She did a great job once we got to it.
Side note, I will say that this is Married to the Biz, so this is really not a side track. This on track, but before the track kind of thing.
Tanya, get to it.
All right, but I will say that on the marriage side of things, we don't really subscribe to the old traditions, where the man doesn't have any duties around the house.
Absolutely not.
I can tell you that I carry my weight around here as much as possible.
Oh, okay. That's not better.
I do laundry sometimes. I get them bad little kids ready.
Nah.
Them two little kids, ooh, brush them teeth. Ooh, them are
It's
jobs.
a fight every day.
Every morning. So I do that, clean up. So I'm not a husband that just sit around and say, baby, clean up the whole house and I ain't doing nothing. That's not me. So I think that plays a role into business in the marriage because we together and we are one. So it's not left up to her. Now she's the leader.
And I hate being the leader.
Don't get it twisted. Now she's the leader. If things are order,
it's the leader's fault.
I'm coming down on the leader. But as the husband, I support where needed. If baby, I need you to do this, it's done. It's rare that you gotta ask me twice to do something, unless I just forget.
Or baby, didn't hear.
I need you to wash these clothes. I need you to fold these clothes. Baby, I need you to mop. I do it with no problem. And it ain't no backlash. I'm not looking for anything in return. That's just a part of us being in this thing together.
All right. So back to what we did real estate today before we done jumped out. Is that mine or yours? So
we won.
That's definitely mine.
We won.
You supposed to be on wine, not that.
Bro, that wine might be too strong for me.
All right. So recap of today. Today we did. What's up, Frank? We did our property walkthrough today. We went back to our Trussville house where it was originally a 2-2, so that was good. It was good seeing our coaching students come check it out, especially the people who saw it in its beginning state and to see the final outcome of it. So that was really exciting. We had to deal with a F contractor today because Tonya just doesn't understand. And I may have been slightly rude, and I'm sorry, but that's just me sometimes. But it was about time for the property walkthrough to start, and he was just starting to cut the grass, and I just told him he was done. He was done.
Keep moving.
Yeah.
I was calling on L contract. I won't say that.
Okay.
I will say
C
that.
minus.
I will say that he came through. He cut the yard, so he may have was there 5 minutes too long, but he cut most of the yard.
He cut half the yard.
I helped him blow in a little bit, so it could have been worse.
It could have been worse.
It could have been worse.
It worked out.
So I was thankful for him. I showed him some appreciation. It could have been worse, but he came through for us.
I think the other one is the F contractor, the one who I feel like sending me the same pictures.
Yeah, he the F contractor.
Yeah,
he the F contractor. So we was there for a couple hours. Talked to some people. Our next class is starting, so a handful of those students came to the property walkthrough, and they're excited, like they ready to go.
They are ready.
Like they are so pumped up. I don't think any other class is as pumped up as this group is right here. Mm-hmm. They ready to go. They pumped up. They asking questions. They ready to get to it.
They are.
So that was good. What are we doing? We lead up at tomorrow's our oldest son birthday.
He'll be 7.
He'll be 7. So we went to the store. We bought him some things for his birthday. Got him a little outfit for tomorrow, a couple toys. His auntie bought him a big gun, so hopefully he all the way asleep right now.
I doubt it.
So we actually did some real estate. We had our master class tonight.
We had our master class earlier. Sent out some sponsorship stuff.
Yes, we got a verbal sponsorship for REI Live. So we did some work today, y'all. This ain't a normal don't do nothing day. We actually did a little work
Put in
today.
some draw requests.
I will say
pay some bills.
Draw requests. Yeah, you was right. I will say that this is probably the roughest day when it comes to parenting. Because on Wednesday nights, Ashley mom's Yaya, she actually watches them and kind of put them to bed. So we really don't see them
except for the morning.
Until the morning. Now, two arms still up. Don't tell Yaya, wink, wink. Don't get him in trouble, Yaya. But two arms still up. So we get to spend a little time with him then. Not much going to go get to bed. But I would say that people ask us, like, how you do what you do. I say this is probably one of the toughest days.
This night and REI Live nights.
Because you don't see them for real. So out of all the nights, Wednesday night are the toughest nights.
Yep. Most certainly. I think that was recap.
This is the second week of Married to the Biz. Last week we talked about our 5 rules of Married to the Biz. One of them was communication. The other one was
staying in your lane.
If you want to go back and watch those, there's on my timeline, YouTube, them are 12. But today we're going to talk about the other 3. And one of them, we're going to do all, you want to give all 3 or give one at a time? And
talk Let's about do one at a time and talk about it. Yeah.
Yes, that's that left brain stuff. I just gave all 3 and just talk.
Yeah.
But we're going to follow your structure.
I appreciate that.
All right, go.
You guys like, share this with anyone you know. A lot of you reached out to us yesterday and said yesterday really blessed your soul. We'll help it bless others by liking it and sharing it with others. We would greatly appreciate it. Married to the Biz is something that has really become our ministry when it comes to working together as husband and wife, but not just working together, but building a business around your marriage and around your family. So that's what Married to the Biz means. Is you're married to each other and you're married to the business all at one time. With that being said, we talked about communication. We talked about staying in your lane last week. This week, I think I think it's one of the biggest because it's a part of the 5, but a really important one is growing together. So when I say growing together as business partners, as husband and wife, we understand that it's important to get education and seek education together and not separately. Whether we're seeking education when it comes to how to raise our kids, we do that together so that we're on one accord and we're aligned when it comes to it. And with the business, there's not a conference that if I can physically be there, I don't show up to, and vice versa. Unless there's a reason where I can't physically be there. Maybe I have to be at the school with the kids because of the event. But 9 times out of 10, I'm there, Antonio's there, and we're there together, capturing everything together. Because we've realized that if we don't go together, one person hears something that someone else doesn't hear.
Good night, baby. Cut the light on.
You can sleep in my bed. Go sleep in my bed. Enjoy it. Cut the hallway light on. Yeah, that's the 4-year-old. She runs this place.
She tough.
I don't even know what the heck I was saying. She just totally made me do this track.
We go to everything. We get our seminars, our workshops, our conferences. We try to take most meetings together. But from a growing together standpoint, we understand that we both are going to get something different from the training.
We tell y'all all the time, one of us is left brain, one of us is right brain. And that's how we process things. Like we're going to catch something different. So we go together to learn together, but then we come back and we discuss what it is that we heard. And we always realize that someone hears something that the other one doesn't hear. And it's so important. And that helps us be able to incorporate it together. It helps us, we can do more together than we can do separately. So we're able to do things together. We're able to really execute it. Like, all right, here's what your role is, here's what my role is, and let's do it.
Like we had a new coaching call Tuesday. And when I tell you I heard something totally different than she heard, it was amazing. Like he said that.
And I take word for word notes. So I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about. And he barely has notes.
It's like, man, he said that. Like, I got notes, but like I ain't had that in my notes. And it'd be like, I want to go back and watch. I don't think he said that. But most of the time,
it's right.
It'd be right on, right on point. So we do understand that. We do understand that we're left and right brain. Yes. I think that has a lot to do with it. So just because I don't agree with how you're getting to your point or how you're getting to your destination,
we don't diminish it at all.
Doesn't mean it's not smart.
Yes, it doesn't mean it's not a good route.
Doesn't mean it's not a good route. It's just I'm mad wouldn't have did it that way, and we move on.
And when I tell you, it's so deep when it comes to us. Like all the way from the way we drive to a location. When we drive to our oldest school, I have my route that I feel like is the fastest route, and there's nothing you can tell me that my route isn't faster, because even the maps tell me my route is faster. However, him and our oldest swear that I'm taking the longest route. I'm passing by it to come back. I don't get it. But guess what? We get there at the same time. We get to the destination. That's all that matters.
So left brain, right brain. This was like a good one today. So we was rushing to get to the property walkthrough, so we had to wash the car real quick. So we did the pre-wash. So she jumps out first and she grabs the thing because there's two on each side. So she like, you do the front, I'm gonna do the back. Keep in mind, I'm driving, she in the passenger side. So I'm like, why you just won't do your side and I do my side? But it doesn't matter which one was right or wrong. We're going to all get it done. There is no right or wrong. There was no right or wrong. But at the same time, it was how our brains operate to where we just think different. We get to the same locations, our brains just process it a little different.
Yeah. And if that's what you and your wife are going through, or you and your spouse are going through, it's completely normal.
Yes.
Encourage it, because honestly, it takes those different angles to really be able to execute some things.
I totally agree.
So you can't just see it from one way. You got to be able to see it from multiple angles in order to really win.
So along with that growing together, where you could be having issues is that when one person goes to a conference or a training and tries to bring the information back, they can never bring that information back like the speaker said. So that's why it's always best to get the information together and then decipher it amongst each other. Sometimes financially you can't do it. Sometimes time don't do it. But I can say it's really a non-negotiable factor in our house.
Right.
Like if she can't go, I can't go. It's just kind of how it works.
The only time it really matters is if it's a men's conference or it's a women's conference. Then we know we're not going.
But from
a real estate, from a personal development, what were you going to say?
Even from a church standpoint, we do marriage classes together. It's not a you go in your Sunday school and I go in my Sunday. Now we're going today. We going together where we go.
Unless again, there's an all men's class and there's an all women.
That's the only time.
Mm-hmm.
But we try to rock together, man. We tight. That's what makes our bond strong. That's what allows us to get through failure. That's what allows us to get through humps, get over humps, is because we know that if there's an issue, it's coming from a place of love. It's not coming from a place of spite. It's not coming from a place of I want to see you hurt. It's coming from a place of love. And if you know that your spouse is coming from a place of love, it's a whole lot easier to listen and accept.
Absolutely. All right. So, any questions before we go on to the next about growing
So
together?
that was growing together.
How many of you are growing with your spouse, or do you wish you can grow with your spouse?
I am the
mastermind. Said same with me and my wife. 100. Absolutely.
What is your name? I am the mastermind.
Sonia don't do IG.
I don't do
He's
IG,
learning
so
though.
excuse me if I don't know your name. This is about as much IG.
But he'll learn it if you tell him.
I will do it. I know Prop Nice. That's Frank.
You know Brandon.
I know Brandon. That was Brandon Brooks, right?
Mm-hmm.
I kind of put them together.
You shouldn't do his profile picture.
Rod. All right, Rod. Appreciate it.
Wait, Rod.
You can't say Rod. Like
Malden. That's
how you
you.
gonna say Rod?
I can't really see the picture. That might be Malden. All right. So, what questions do you guys have? What are y'all doing right now? Are you wishing your spouse was in business with you? Ooh, all right. So Frank said, are y'all together daily or handling business in different areas daily? It's a combination. So some days we're together all day, and some days we don't see each other all day. But we probably talk on the phone probably about 15 times that day.
Yeah.
Between something going on, and we're trying to like keep each other in the loop. So if he's out at a project, then he is telling me, all right, here's the update, here's what we're doing, here's what's not going on right now that we need to make some adjustments immediately because it's killing us. So like it's a constant conversation, and even from the office standpoint, with materials that need to be ordered, like there's a constant communication. Have they ordered those materials yet? Did they send them to Sherman Williams? All right, my guys headed there to pick it up. What's going on? So it's a constant communication whether we are together in the office, and that's probably the most when we're together, when we're in the office, or if it's out and about.
In the field. I will say that because of we're getting ready to start a class, Frank, we're together a lot more because I designate time to take the intake calls together.
Mm-hmm.
So around this time, we do a lot more together because once people schedule, I make it my business to be in the office to have a good conversation, a clear conversation.
Yeah, so now, we don't hear construction in the background.
Now, when it's not this time, and we don't got a class going on, or the class is full and it's an action, I do a lot more out in the field than I do inside. What's up, boss lady?
Yasmin said she's just waiting on her spouse taking notes. Hey, Uncle Ronnie. I don't know if you met Uncle Ronnie.
Not yet. Rob put me and my wife work together. She handles acquisitions. I handle dispositions with our real estate business unless I'm out working on our other business. Ain't nothing wrong with that, man.
That's a good way to do it. Like it keeps everyone in the loop, and it keeps you guys working towards the same goal.
Yes, and it's possible. Like I meet so many people who want to get into real estate or who want to get into business with their spouse. They just don't think it's possible. I'm telling y'all, it's possible. It can be done.
I think when married husband and wife get together from a business standpoint, God does something amazing in the business. So if you're doubting it, if you're trying to figure out, should you be in business with your spouse, I encourage it. I think God does something amazing. Now, at the same time, while God is doing something amazing, the devil is trying to do something to stop it. So you have to fight through it. You have to get through it, because on the other side of that is creativeness. It's like no one can touch you to when you both are at your best when it comes to a business perspective. Could y'all have stayed together if one was a worker and the other an entrepreneur? Honestly, I was the worker for a long time. And I did not want to work. I mean, I did not want to be an entrepreneur
5-6 years of our marriage. She was a full-time worker.
I was the boss though.
We had more issues then.
We had a lot then.
We had more issues when she was the working corporate America and I was the entrepreneur. We had more issues, honestly, then because she's a hard worker. So she's gonna make sure whatever she's doing is done right.
Antonio would be coaching football. And during football season, I know, okay, he's not gonna get home until about 9-ish. So and this was before we had kids, I would stay at the office till about 8:15, and I would already be there at like 6:45. So I would be there till like 8:15. And I remember one day Antonio got off of work early. Got out early. I don't know what happened with practice, and I was not home. And he called my desk, and I was like, I just got busted. So we had more issues when I was in corporate America because I'm going to stay till I get the job done. And sometimes I don't know how to walk away, but it's better if I don't know how to walk away and it's our business versus it's not.
But I do feel like we would have still been together. That wouldn't have stopped us.
We worked together either way.
We ain't had no issues then. More conversations about let's get on home now, but not no real issues for real.
Absolutely. Okay. Tell me what they say.
Okay.
We usually just stay in our lane, but we're both cross-trained as it's definitely a blessing to work with her.
That's great.
Absolutely. I love it. Oh my goodness, I love it.
Yes.
Boss lady said it was hard for you to believe in this vision when he presented it to you. It was hard for me. It was definitely hard for me to believe in the vision. I knew the vision was true. I just didn't want the vision. You ever hear, I don't know if you ever hear, but like some first ladies don't really want to be first ladies. They're like, I wasn't born to be a first lady. What you mean? And I felt like that in so many ways. Like, I wasn't born to do this. What you mean? But I really was born to do it because I was doing it for someone else. And it just became so much better once I stepped out of my comfort zone or was forced out of my comfort zone. It just felt so much better. All right. Shar, you wrote a lot. Hey, Auntie and Unc, I'm on the doubtful side because my husband is a very visual person, and maybe I'm not good at explaining. And I can see now all the questions, so I'd rather do the work and then tell him. So, baby, I need to change it up. Definitely keep him in the loop. Like I told you before, you want to keep him in the loop. You want to tell him. You want to plant the seed. And maybe someone else will water it, but you don't want to not tell him and keep him in the loop. Like, it's hard.
Because it goes back to what we talked about.
Communication is important.
That's not what I was going to say. That was the left side talking.
Okay.
Right side for the talk. Okay, it goes back to growing together. You're for the growth. And understand that Ashley does it the best. I like what she do it. Do it, baby. Do it, baby. If you do not, you gotta do it. You gotta do it.
Get the barbecue sauce off my fingers. All right. So if you're in alignment, you're growing together. So if you're not growing together and someone's growing this way and someone's growing that way, then you eventually grow apart. So that's what you don't want to do in a marriage. You don't want to, okay, I'm gonna do this and then you're gonna do this because eventually you're all the way over here. So stay in alignment, grow together, because you can move a lot faster together than you can, and then it's too hard to come back.
Yes. So keep them in the loop, Shar. Plant seeds, like Ashley said. Drop nuggets. Ask them to come to REI Live. Bring them to the class. Include them in every way possible.
And you'll be in VIP for REI Live. So bring them with you. And make it like it's your date night.
Yeah, let's go on a date. Let's go hang out.
Let's go hang out. Let's meet some people. Yeah. So make sure he's around. Make sure you're growing together. Make sure you're talking about it. Sometimes
lose that doubt though.
Yeah. Sometimes I don't even want to hear what Antonio has to say.
Today, one of them days.
Like, but I know I need to. I know it's
going,
important.
Though. And going.
And he'll.
Even though I know she ain't listening, I'm still going. I gotta get it out of my head.
Still going. So it's important to don't give up, don't quit. Some days may be good, and some days may not. But as long as you're working towards the same goal, it'll be great.
Yes, keep them in the loop. Whatever you do, don't lose faith. Keep them in there because it can be done. You ultimately you can't do it. God has to change him, but you can help. Everybody around can help facilitate it, and eventually it will happen. Like Ashley's telling you, I understand, Char. Ashley's telling you out of her mouth. She wasn't with this. She wasn't with it.
I just knew it made him happy, so I would just be like, "Yeah, that sounds good."
She was not with it.
I was doing my own thing at Regis. Like I had a team. You telling me I'm gonna be an entrepreneur and I have nobody to delegate to? I gotta do all this by myself. I'm straight on this. No, I'm straight. I had so many issues my first year as an entrepreneur, being in the office by myself, going from an office that had about 30,000 people in the building to being in the office and all I keep seeing is myself. Like
it's a little ugly office too.
It was old, it smelled like Chinese food. I was done. But it grows on you. It definitely grows on you, and I wouldn't change it.
All right. So
Ronnie said daily cooperation. Yeah, collaboration. It's daily.
So we're gonna let Frank Question take us into the next rule.
Okay.
He asked, with working together daily, how many times do y'all take kiss breaks? So that leads to is one of them numbers. I think it's 4 right now. To our 4th principle of have fun.
Sometimes we go rogue. I didn't. Sometimes we go rogue. Sometimes we say, all right, the hell with everything. Come on, let's go on a date. In the middle of the day, we do.
Middle of the day, everybody working. Let's go.
Let's go. We don't even tell them where we're going. We'll be back.
Let's go. We're going to hang out. We're going to
have lunch.
Whatever. Kids, touch each other's booty a little bit. All that good stuff.
On the booty.
All that good stuff. But that's a key essential to us working together. We understand that having fun is a vital part. You gotta keep it loose. You gotta keep it fresh. You got to keep the intimacy there.
Yes. It can't always be about work. It can't always be about business, and it surely can't always be about kids.
Yeah. So like for us, Valentine's Day, like we spend that stuff during the day.
Because nobody's gonna interrupt that. So everybody knows that. Just don't expect to hear from us on Valentine's Day. It starts as soon as we drop the kids off.
Yes. And we rocking together.
Until we pick them up, and we're going to make the most of it. And anniversary, birthdays, like the kids celebrate their birthdays with him after.
Yeah.
But no, we have our own birthday celebration for both of us. Own anniversary. Everything. We got our own in the middle of the day.
Yes.
As needed. And if it's a stressful day, we'll be like, let's go.
Let's go. It's just some of them days you just get fire after fire after fire, and you just tired of dodging. It's like, we gone, bro. Like, let's just go walk somewhere. Let's go to Floor and Decor. Let's go to the movies. Let's just get out of the office. Let's just go and relax with each other.
Even if we'll sometimes get a hotel and just be like, all right, we're getting a hotel for the weekend.
Yeah.
Just bump it. All right, Uncle Rennie. Well, thank you for coming on. Absolutely.
Yes. So fun is a major part of it. All day affection is a major part of it.
Because women really need that. Women need attention all the time.
Oh, yes.
They may tell you they don't, but they need attention all the time. And they want details in their life. They want to know where you went, what color you had on, how your shoes look.
So that's kind of how I cut down on some of them conversations. Because if I just tell you when I leave, you can get a little more out of me. But if I go to another stop and then you ask me about what happened 3 stops ago, man, I don't know what happened. Why you worrying about that house? It's done for. So that's how you get more out of me. And I understand that I am, what's the S word I'm looking for? Susceptible to that?
I don't know about that.
That ain't the right word?
I don't know if you said it right, but you're open to it.
I'm open to it. It doesn't bother me. It doesn't make me feel like less of a man at all. I understand that's what it takes to have a successful marriage. That's what it takes to have a successful business. And I will do what it takes to have a successful marriage and business and be a great dad. Period. I'll do what it takes.
All right. So have fun. Grow together. Have fun. Is important. But the most important.
The last one is the most important now. All the other ones are important. This is the most important.
No,
yeah.
We didn't call you.
We got creepy crawlers over here.
It's keeping God first. So
that's the last one.
That's the most important thing, is to keep God first and foremost. And if one of us is lacking in that area or is not enthusiastic about it, like, we have to remind each other we're not here without him. And let's get it together.
Yes. When we had our pre-marriage counseling, he really said something that stuck with us. And he said, when we got married, we became one. There's no longer Ashley
and
Antonio separately. Ashley and Antonio are one. And as long as you guys are one and God is the leader of our household, we'll be okay. And this is what, 11, 12 years later? I don't remember.
Ooh, a long time.
You know, I mean, you don't know. But
I just know the date. I don't count.
Yeah, so that's the most important, man. Make sure you go to church together. Make sure you pray together. Make sure you are keeping Make sure you are keeping him first, and make sure that you are doing things with alignment in his word.
Absolutely.
It's not my word. It's not Ashley's word. It's God's word. And if there's issues, we're gonna lean on God's word to help guide us through. Unapologetically about it.
Like
unapologetic.
I don't feel comfortable about that. Let's pray about that.
And we know what it is. Rob put, that's the first one. Yeah, that's the secret. Like that's the secret when it comes to my marriage, when it comes to my business. God, man, keeping God at the head, acknowledging him, surrendering to him is our key, is our secret. We are in Birmingham, Alabama, Rod.
Where are you, Rod? But yeah, that's the secret. And even with the kids, that's why it's so important to me when we get up and we're going to school, is to make sure they understand that even if you don't do it when your feet touch the ground, I want you to know that mommy reminds you every day before we crank up the car and we go down the street, everybody's saying their prayer. So it's important. It's what's helped us. Hopefully it can help you.
Next week, she gonna get it right to where Instagram and Facebook on the same thing. I'm putting that mojo on her to get it right next.
I don't know about that.
So that we can so we can put the words up on Instagram and Facebook to see. But Mr. Frank put, the problem I see in relationships is when you try to get on the same page in the third quarter of a relationship instead of setting the stage in the first day. Facts.
But it's never too late. That's a part of that communication, being open and being willing to listen to the other person. We talk about this, but we never argue with each other. Like, that was a pet peeve that we set from the beginning. Listen, we don't do arguing. Neither one of us like arguing. So we put that out. We don't want to argue. And our reason behind it is whoever is arguing, you don't hear the other person when you're arguing. That's not something you hear. You just only want to get your point across because your point is the most important thing. Well, arguing gives me a headache. Now, I can't say that I don't fuss because I'm fussing all day, every day with the kids, but we don't argue.
Hey, mama.
Hey, mom.
It ain't taking up 45 minutes to find
She
the
was
chat
already
button.
on.
It ain't taking up 45 minutes to find the chat
She
button.
tried. She got it.
You found it, though. You know where it's at now, girl.
That's what we do. So setting that expectation is up front, adjusting it, because I think as you grow older, you get older, you things that you liked in your 20s you don't like in your 30s, things that you like in your 30s you're not going to like in your 40s, and so on. So it's important to be able to communicate, okay, this is what I'm feeling right now.
I will say this, and this is ain't got nothing to do with what we're talking about in a way.
Excuse me? Go.
But I think it's important to say it kind of to his comment to where you try to get on the same page in the third quarter. I think that Ashley and I had good upbringings. I think we had stable homes that allowed us to see relationships, that allowed us to understand household structures.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that also play along to where I don't have to try and convince Ashley on how a house should look. She knows what it should look like. Like, she don't have to convince me that you shouldn't hit your wife. That's not what went on in my house.
Yeah.
So I think our backgrounds played a big role in it. I love her dad and her mom to death, and they did a great job raising all their kids. And I think that just plays a role in our marriage also.
Yeah, that was definitely off topic, but thanks.
No problem.
All right, enough of us talking. Y'all know I don't like to talk the whole way.
There's some questions. We from Fort Lauderdale too, Rod. I see you said Port St. Lucie. She actually from Miami, Fort Lauderdale. Depends on which day it is.
Just like you said, Rod, originally from Miami.
So, man, it was good to see you. Hope you come back and talk to us. We're doing a 30-day challenge. This is day 9. So we'll be here. How many more days?
I think this is going to be day 10.
I'm not going
this is day 10. Because I had 9 recordings yesterday. So
okay, this is day 10.
This is day 10. So we got 20 days left.
Yeah, so we change topics every night. Tomorrow we are talking about
funding. Tomorrow is funding.
We'll talk about some lending. I don't know what we'll talk about, but if you got something you want to hear about when it comes to funding, don't be afraid to DM us. Hey, touch on this topic. Hey, I got this question. That'll actually help us.
Absolutely.
Any other questions about marriage to the business? Any other tips? Any other situations you might be going through to where, hey, this happening or that happening? We just here. We don't mind talking. Ashley still eating no wings. Ain't drinking no wine. You gotta at least drink a cup, bro.
I don't have to finish this every day. The point is, I'm trying.
Oh man, we enjoyed you too, Rod.
Thank you. People believe if they get married, then he or she will change. Don't normally work your thoughts. Wait, don't normally work your thoughts. I read that right. Will change. Yeah.
I want to answer this.
Go ahead.
All right, you can answer. Go.
No, I'll let you. I'll chime in. Go.
I'm gonna talk from a self standpoint, and I'm gonna say that I didn't believe I could change. So I would say, from Antonio's perspective, about a year before I actually proposed, in my head I was married. And I wanted to prove to myself that I can be a good husband. So that going into relationship, I didn't have to change. I knew what was I getting into, if that makes sense. So for me, I had to prove to myself first, and then we got engaged, and then we got married a year later. So I was married in my head, not boyfriend and girlfriend. I was married a year before I even proposed. No.
Well, that wasn't my answer. I don't even know what the heck my answer was anymore.
Just read the question again.
But I think people definitely do change. I think we're changing every day. And like I said earlier, the things that you like in your 20s aren't the things that you're going to like in your 30s and so on. So that's proof that you are changing and you're growing. Now, whether you're changing for the good or for the bad, I think it kind of depends on what type of situations you're putting yourself in. So, for example, if you want to be in a committed relationship, you can't always be around uncommitted people because you can't help but to eventually go that way. So I think my pastor says it the best that
You got a good saying.
it started off it starts from a talk. A talk becomes a sit down, and the sit down becomes a lay down. So just don't put yourself in those situations, and I think your change can be for the good versus for the negative. Yeah.
Agree. Totally agree. Good question, Frank.
That was great.
Yeah, of course, Facebook quiet tonight.
Facebook might be sleepy.
Facebook might be the one to sleep on us.
Instagram just went to sleep on us.
It's all good, though.
We know it's late, you guys.
That's what it's for, man. Go on and wind down. You'll wake up and be like, man, I've been talking to the Demos last night.
Frank say you're doing good with your answers tonight, brother.
Oh, man. I appreciate that, man. I appreciate that. I ain't got as much wine either. Oh, man. Anything else?
Yeah, I'm gonna be real with y'all. I'm real tempted on putting some Welch's grape juice one of these days and faking like it's wine.
We're not drinkers. We're not drinkers.
This is tough, you guys. And wine downs just sound so good. It sounds catchy. But drinking wine every night is a challenge.
Well, it wasn't supposed to be 30 days start off. It was supposed to be like 7 days.
But I do everything big into the max.
But it was like, let's go to the next level and do 30. We never thought about, we got to drink some wine for 30 days. We ain't drank that much wine in 5 years combined, the last 5 years. So,
if I tell you one day that this event is sponsored by organic apple juice, just know.
You can't do that.
I might need to take a break one day.
Actually, we got like 3 sponsors lined up.
I know, but in between them 3, I'm just being honest with you. Right now, it's sponsored by Mondevo and Kickapoo.
You need some help.
I do. All right, you guys. Well, we appreciate you. Wait, Frank said I have 22 years marriage, so my questions come from personal experiences. Yes, sir.
Yes,
that right there is an accomplishment.
Man, that's a blessing, man.
Absolutely.
I want to get there.
Absolutely.
I'm going to get there. 22 years. I can't wait that baby to say that, baby.
Man.
Now, we've been around each other a long time. We ain't going to get in there. We're going to get going.
That's a whole nother story, y'all. Antonio trying to have a rough night tonight.
Hey, we've been married how long?
You trying to play me?
Oh, okay.
All right, you guys.
Trouble in paradise.
Right, yes, I said, ooh, 22, right.
22, yeah. That's some big numbers.
All right, you guys. Let's do a quick little promo. Make sure you guys come out to REI Live Birmingham on September 20th. Nicole, my girl Nicole Ambrose, will be there. She'll be in the place. I actually am scheduled to talk with her tomorrow, so we won't be live, but we'll be doing a promo tomorrow together. So I think that should be fun. I always love talking to her. She's really so sweet. So y'all make sure y'all come out, support Nicole Ambrose, and learn from her. Most importantly, learn from her, because
top 1% agents in the country.
Top 1%er. Like, if you want to be a 1%er, then you need to get around and listen to what a 1%er does.
You just drop one deal,
just facts. So make sure your face is in a place. Be on time, be early, but just get there. Even if you get there late and you're on the back wall, just get there, because I've seen her break some stuff down in person to where I tried to pause her and rewind her back because it was just that good. It was just like,
now if you get there late, you will be on the wall. Now it's gonna be standing room only when it's late.
Absolutely. So make sure you put it on your calendars. Mark your calendar, September 20th. Nicole is gonna blow you away. I promise you, she is gonna blow you the heck away. So I'm excited about that. Anything else I'm missing?
That's it.
That's it. So see you guys tomorrow. Let's talk about funding. Let's talk about making sure you got the right money to do deals. We've already talked about how you get the business funding to do your deals. So let's talk about how you get some hard money or private money funding to do some deals without using your own money.
So hard money, private money.
Oh, that might be good.
That might be good. Whatever y'all come up with, let us know. We'll run it off.
Absolutely. So, as always, we love you guys. Have a great what?
Hump day.
Have a great hump egg slipping day.
Have a great egg slipping day. Peace.
Peace.